Hi, sign and symbol. How you guys doing? So, hey, listen, I've got this lecture together here, and I also wanted you guys to take a look at last week's lecture. But this is going to be one of the last lectures here. So I just want to kind of bring things together a little bit. And I think a lot of people, the light bulb went off this week for a lot of you. Even those of you who don't think your work is where you want it to be at this particular point in time, I think that you've illustrated through your critiques, through your comments and the comments in response to the critiques you got, that most of you are starting to get it. When I say get it, I'm talking about the whole concept-driven premise of this class and this project. Where we don't make decisions based on anything other than good, sound reasoning. And that sound reasoning is based on our research. So for this class and for this type of project, our tendency to want to jump right into a visual solution is no good in this approach. So we've got that. I mean, everybody gets that, right? So, but last week, I think a lot of you turned in work, and I gave video critiques to those of you who posted early. Thank you very much. And those of you who are posting today, or I'll try to get as many videos out as I can, but as you can imagine, they're a little time consuming. So I really implore you guys to submit early this coming week so that I can get those video critiques out with good time. So this week is about storytelling, and we talk about this. I gave this little mini lecture about storytelling and how I want you to think about storytelling and how I really think it's important for us as designers to start thinking a little bit differently about our role in society, as opposed to just making things look awesome. I think it's really time for us to realize that as designers, we do play a pertinent role in people understanding things that are presented to them in their daily travails, in their daily communication. That's on us. If they don't get it, it's our fault. Plain and simple. So we're talking about this idea of our skills and our skill sets and why do we get hired and how do we get hired and what's expected of us. And I'm saying that it's not our skills as a software, our Photoshop skills. Our Photoshop skills are not going to get us hired as graphic designers. Our ideas are going to get us hired as graphic designers. And that's really important to keep in mind. I say that because this week, again, is about storytelling. And putting your final story together for your course-long project and having a clear visual story and sequence is really super important for this project to work. So I'm going to say this again. Those of you who have been submitting and receiving these comments that say, try to think of your presentations as your viewer completely green to the topic you need to teach them from square one. And those of you that have been doing that, I think that you understand the essence and the nature of presentation. So I always recommend to students that whenever you're presenting anything, don't assume that your viewer knows what they're looking about, or don't assume that they remember what you showed them last week. Always start afresh with a brand new presentation. Well, I certainly don't mind it. I mean, I'm not going to get mad because something's too long. Do you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I've been imploring you guys to really include all of your research in all of your presentations. And the reason I think is obvious this week. If you haven't read it yet, you'll find out when you do, that this thing is all culminating to a head, and everything's going to get put together here into a final story, as it were. So, and that's what we're talking about this week. Okay, there's a discussion board this week, but the discussion boards, I think a lot of us are looking at the discussion boards, especially in the last 2 weeks, and saying, well, wait a second, is this relevant? And I've really been trying to herd the discussion in the direction of thinking about that. Is it relevant? And it is, if you're able to think about it in terms of in how does it relate to the project that we're working on? Okay, so this week, as you noticed, I really tried to draw it out very, very plainly how this all ties together, where this question of story and your favorite story, how does this tie in to our project and what we're learning? So hopefully, if that doesn't cover it, let me know, and I'll see if I can clarify that. And then today I have another special surprise for you guys. And I really want you guys to look at this. And those of you who have already seen it, awesome. Those of you who have not, this right here is this is your Rio, the Olympics, the present Olympics right now in Brazil. This is the brand book. And let me go down to, I don't know if this is the official brand book, to be completely honest with you. But let's just open this link in a new window, and you'll see how awesome this is when it opens. And you can use this for your research, please. Use it for inspiration. But look at this. Let me back off here a little bit, and look at this. This is how appropriate. This is exactly what our project is. So here you have it, folks. This is a professional. This is what we're doing. This is exactly what we're doing. So please, and you can see we're really, really taking this and doing a wonderful job with the presentation. So the only thing we don't really have in this presentation, actually we do, with the design development of the tickets, and really, really thorough job. And then if we come way down here, you can see some of the way that they're used in advertising signage. The one thing I would like to see, though, this, of course, was completed in, I believe, 2012 or 4 years ago. So none of the Olympic stadiums were built at this time. So, of course, this doesn't have those interior graphics that you guys have been working on. So be sure to include those in your manual. Okay, but this is really good stuff, and it's there for your inspiration. Please don't copy, but by all means, please be inspired by this piece. Okay, so that is, I'm going to close that guy, I think. Well, it doesn't matter, whatever. So anyways, it's kind of like time travel, isn't it? Here's the announcement, here's the PDF, and here's the recording. So anyway, whatever. So that's what I have for this week. You guys, if I can clarify anything at all, I just want to reiterate, things are coming together really, really nicely, and you guys are really doing a very good job. I'm super pleased with the class and as a group, and it's not a small group either. So it's been pretty interesting and tough, but it's working out really, really well. So thank you everyone very much. I'll see you guys in discussion board.